Have you ever sat through a class and you just couldn't wish fast enough that it would end? Today, I want to talk to you about how we have to teach better online. Hey everybody, David Paskin here, your Torah tech guy, and I'm here on Torah Tech Tips to share with you great tech for your great Torah. So let me tell you where this is coming from. So this is coming from the fact that last Sunday, I had to take a class for my certification for education. And I was sitting in a class for 8 hours. It was an online class over Zoom with a teacher who was lovely, really knew her stuff, PhD, really knew her stuff, did not know how to use Zoom, and essentially read to us from the 120-page workbook that she had sent out, the PDF that she had sent out. She read us the 120-page workbook for 8 hours. It was awful. It was awful. And it got me thinking about the teaching that we do when we're sharing Torah online. But really, not only online, really online and on site. And how can we do that better? We have to do it well. And what I want to share with you today is 5 different things that we can do actively to teach better online. So here's the first one. Know how to manage the platform that you're using. Now, if you're on site, this might mean know how to turn the lights on, know how to control the heat or the air conditioning, right? This doesn't just pertain to online, but especially if you're online, know how to use Zoom. Know how to manage a Zoom meeting, know how to make someone co-host, know how to mute, know how to unmute, know how to screen share, know how to use the platform and how to manage the platform that you're teaching on. I cannot stress enough how important this is. And if you don't feel confident, ask someone to help. Get someone to help you, someone who could be on the meeting, not someone to help you before, someone who could be on the meeting or in the class to help you get this done so that you can focus on doing what you're good at, which is the teaching. If you don't know how to manage the platform, ask someone to help you. Number 2, don't read to me. This is the worst use of a person's time. If you're going to send me a document, an article, or whatever, I can read that on my own time. I don't need you to read that to me. I need you to help me unpack it. I need you to help me ask questions about it. I need you to help me understand it. I don't need you to read it to me. I'm not saying there aren't times for reading as a group. There are. I do it all the time. When I'm teaching text, we read those texts out loud. But it's not an article that I sent to you ahead of time, an entire article. You don't need to read to me. Number 3, be intentional about inviting participation. It isn't enough to say, if you have questions, please let me know. Make sure that you create moments in your presentation, in your class, where you stop talking and ask other people to talk. Invite their participation. And again, don't just open it up and say, does anyone have anything to say? Ask pointed questions. Call on people. Put people on the spot a little bit. If they don't want to answer, they're big boys and girls. They can say pass. But be intentional about inviting participation, or else we will all just sit there like we're watching a bad movie. You want us to be a part of this experience, not watching the experience. Number 4, make it personal. If I'm coming to a class that you're teaching, I want it to relate to me, to my life. I want to know how what you're teaching has to do with me, how it's going to impact me, how I can relate to it. And so at every opportunity you get, allow for the sharing of personal stories. Allow for the sharing of triumphs and challenges. Allow for people to make connections and help them draw those connections. to this text, to the source, to the article, to the whatever it is that you're teaching, make sure that it is more than just a scholarly work that we're learning about, but something that relates to me. It's personal. And number 5, make it memorable. Now, I've been waffling back and forth on the use of flashy, right? The use of flashy. What I'm doing right now with this little thing, this to me is not flashy. This is a way to share information with you in a way that doesn't make me disappear, right? I'm not having to share my screen and I'm not disappearing up until the small, into the ether up there, that small little square. But this to me is not flashy. Flashy would maybe be something like this, right? That's flashy. Now, there are times when that could be fun. There are a lot of times when it is just distracting. So when I say make it memorable, I'm not saying use as much technology, do as many crazy things as you possibly can. I'm saying make sure that whatever you're doing is impactful, is personal, invites my person, right? All the things that came before number 5, all the things that come before number 5 help number 5 become a reality. Make it memorable. And also, have some fun. Maybe bring some flash, bring some flair. One of the simplest things that you can do when you're teaching is when you're teaching, stand up. Right now, I'm standing up. Best thing I ever purchased was a sit-stand desk. So when I'm teaching, I can stand right up. The energy that you bring helps make what you're teaching be memorable. So these are my 5 suggestions to you, my 5 tips for this week. Number 1, know how to manage the platform. Number 2, please don't read to me. Number 3, be intentional about inviting participation. Number 4, make it personal. Number 5, make it memorable. There are lots of ways that we can share Torah online and on site. We have to always be willing to admit that we can do better. And we have to always be striving to do better. There is going to come a time, if it isn't here already, there's going to come a time when people will have so many choices about where to get their Torah from that they are going to look to people who use these best practices in how they teach. It won't be enough to just have name recognition. It won't be enough to just be the leader of a particular synagogue. If you can't teach online well, that is going to be reflected in the participation that you get, the numbers of people who participate, and the active participation that you get. So let's do this well together, all of us, right? Let's learn how to teach better online. And these are just 5 little tips that can help you do that. I have a lot more information, many more tips and tricks and tools and gear over on my website, TorahTechGuy.com. I didn't say that well. TorahTechGuy.com. I'm available for consultations. I'm going to be doing some work with the New Jersey Federation in the coming weeks. I do workshops. And if you just need a short schmooze, if you just have a question, I'd love to help you out with that. Also, every Wednesday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I have a how-to hangout over not in Hangouts, in Zoom. Sorry, I have a how-to hangout. Any questions you have about eCam, about Zoom, any way that I can be supportive, just hop on in. Go over to TorahTechGuy.com/hangout for the link to that Zoom. And I hope to see you again very soon. If I don't, let's all hold in our hearts and our prayers the people of Ukraine. And for all of us who are celebrating Purim, Chag Purim Sameach, have a wonderful, wonderful Purim. I'll see you next time on Torah Tech Tips.